plan that makes sure that never happens. Immense security, immense networks, immense.net.
Hi, this is Brandon Knoll of Landmark Bank. At Landmark Bank, we believe banking should feel like home. That's why we keep it local, right here where our kids go to school, your neighbors wave hello, and your business grows. We're your neighbors, your friends, your fellow business owners. We've been here for generations, helping families grow, dreams take shape, and communities thrive. You're not just an account number to us, you're a face we know, a name we remember, and a story that we're proud to be a part of. Landmark Bank, local roots, local bankers, and real relationships.
Member FDIC.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
Your business's curb appeal matters, so let Cajun Soft Wash help you make a great first impression. Their expert soft washing safely cleans storefronts, parking lots, and commercial buildings, removing dirt, algae, and grime. Trust Cajun Soft Wash. Certified, insured, and locally owned. Schedule your cleaning today at CajunSoftWash.com.
Supreme service, supreme savings, supreme selection. It's simply Supreme Chevy in Gonzales, where you can expect more. More choices, from brand new Chevy Silverados to quality pre-owned vehicles, including nearly all makes and models. Get more with our pre-owned value line, which offers a big selection under $25,000. Visit us today or browse anytime at SupremeChevy.com. Supreme Chevrolet in Gonzales, your way, every day. It's simply the Supreme way. Chevy, together let's drive. Plus tax, title, and license.
Why do billion-dollar insurance companies regularly delay and deny valid claims? Because that's how they got to be billion-dollar insurance companies. If you've been injured, I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7969.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers. LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge. Off the bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Okay, here we go.
Where the plays get broken down and science gets denied.
Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Hour 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Raising Cane studio.
All right, welcome back here. Hour number 2 off the bench. Coming at you. Flynn, Braxton, Tay-Tay, and Raising Cane the dog. Hanging out with you. Coming at you all morning. We're starting out hour number 2. Monday show brought to you by Bayou Automotive every single Monday. If you're looking for a easy car buying experience, new, used, go check them out. 9 full-time drivers on staff right there, Bayou Automotive. So you can buy from the comfort of your home. You don't have to move. You can watch this show on YouTube or listen to it on the radio, and also pull up BayouAutomotive.com and just buy you a car, and they'll drive it to you. And they'll pick up your old car, drive it back, do the whole trade-in deal. Also maintenance, too. If you buy from them and you need a fix, they'll also send one of those drivers to get your car. Go fix it, drive it back to you. And the words you think of when you think of Bayou Automotive is just easy. They make the whole buying process easy, owning a car easy. Go check them out. It's a new age of buying a vehicle. You don't always have to just go to the lot. They got a great lot, but you don't have to do it. Go check them out. Give them a call, BayouAutomotive.com. All right, we got some natties. We got some people playing for some championship trophies tonight, and we had some people playing for a championship trophy yesterday after Dawn Staley said she was going to beat Gino's ass in the Final Four, in the semifinals. Which do you think she could take him? I mean, from a scary situation, like from just being a terrifying.
Gino's pretty old.
She can get him.
How old is he?
Old.
Good answer.
Old enough to where he apologizing for something.
Yeah.
Probably kind of out the window, but he did. He kind of apologized. Maybe
Gino's 72.
Maybe it was somebody else that was writing the apology, and he just rubber stamped it. I don't know. South Carolina takes down the undefeated UConn Huskies. trying to go, make a little history, and they're trying to go undefeated throughout a season. Well, they get to, what they got? You know what South Carolina, their reward for beating UConn?
UCLA.
They got to play UCLA yesterday.
Which, I mean, South Carolina was heavy favorites, so they obviously rolled in that game. I bet it, you know what? I bet it was a blowout.
Do you think so?
Mm-hmm. I bet,
You're right. It was.
Yeah.
It was. And I don't think there's going to be any, tears shed in Louisiana, at least. South Carolina, they got blown out. UCLA actually won the game. UCLA, the other school in Los Angeles, because there's two, beats South Carolina 79-51. Oh, boy. This one wasn't even competitive. I turned it on. I'm trying to remember the timing because I was watching. We were at a friend's house yesterday. Kids were playing, doing the Easter deal, and we were locked into the baseball game. I think we turned it on afterwards, and it was like the end of the third quarter. They were down by 30 at the end of the third quarter, so it really wasn't worth the time to continue to watch it. I wanted to. I was hoping to turn it on and go from one exciting sports thing to the next and be like, okay, we got a game here. Well, it wasn't. South Carolina, Don Staley and company. I don't know what happened. I guess UCLA, yeah, of course they're really good. But it's 2 number 1 seeds. It shouldn't be a blowout like that. UCLA wins 79-51. We turn our focus, we turn our gaze to Monday night. Men's, the bracket. Bracketology finishes today. Hey, does anybody still have any teams left in their bracket?
Yeah, I have Michigan winning.
I do as well.
I have Michigan winning too. That's not fair.
Well, I mean,
I was
Matt,
one of the only.
That's what you get for.
I was ready to take my victory lap here.
That's what you get for keeping your bracket where I could see it. I just filled it out right over your shoulder.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Look, my son, distraught. He's a big Illini fan.
Really?
For absolutely no reason.
I was going to say why.
For absolutely no reason. He chose them a couple years ago. Of course, everybody, most people just blindly choose in the bracket. Unless you're Hester, you just pick number 1 to win every time. And he blindly chose Illinois, and they went the furthest in his bracket, whatever it was, a couple of years ago when he first did, the first year he did a bracket. So since then, he's an Illinois basketball fan. I can't explain it. It's wild. So he's been cheering hard for Illinois.
I don't hate it. They've been playing really well.
I know. Good for him. And so they get beat by UConn on Saturday, and he was very distraught. He was not real happy.
UConn cheated.
Mm-hmm. They had to have.
They had to.
That's what I'm thinking.
You can beat Huck's team. You kidding me?
You beat Huck's team. You kidding me? Yeah, it's tough. But you know what? The animal himself, Dan Hurley.
Mm-hmm.
What an absolute animal. So did it come out? So he headbutted the ref, right? A couple games ago, which could have cost him.
They kind of.
It was a head.
They kind of head touch.
It's his head, buddy.
If Braxton was here and we just kind of pushed against each other.
It was as much of a headbutt as a coach to ref interaction should be.
Yeah.
Before it's all zeros on the screen.
I feel like if it was any other ref, he would have got attacked.
Yeah, I guess they came out. I guess they're buddies or something like
that.
that.
He said he's really cool with them. That's all I heard.
Is Dan Hurley the most interesting guy in college basketball? I think he is.
Yeah.
Because so many people kind of fell in love with this team a few years ago. They're like, oh, it's UConn. They're back. It's not Kansas or Duke. Dan Hurley brings them to back-to-back titles. He's playing for his 3rd and 4 years. But, I mean, his antics are kind of all over the place. The guy's kind of a psycho. Let's just be honest.
He's 100% a psychopath, and I'm here for it.
You see people that love that. You see people that don't like that at all. I think Dan Hurley might be the most interesting guy in college basketball.
I mean, he turned down a $7 million contract with the Lakers to stay at UConn.
And that's endearing. A lot of people love that. And you see stuff like this, it's like the Dan Hurley opinions are all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he turned down, what I would assume that a lot of people would say is basketball's dream job, which is the head coach for the Lakers. Just because of the history. I don't need to explain any of that to anybody. Maybe not everybody's dream job because you got to live in California. That wouldn't be my dream job because California stinks and is the worst state ever created. But he turned it down to live in Connecticut. I don't know. And I guess you could say, well, he likes the college game more than the professional game. Yeah, I get it. But at some point, most coaches have an itch, always, to do something a little bit more, to achieve a little bit more. Well, he's achieved everything that you can. And he said, no, I don't want to go to the Lakers. I don't want to be the LA Lakers coach. Coach LeBron. LeBron who? I'm going to coach these college kids and fight for NIL dollars every single day. And, of course, UConn is in, from the NIL situation, I'm sure is in a much better setup than a lot of the bigger football schools, because I'm sure they get a bigger piece of the pie when they are having to separate that NIL dollars, when they have to split it. I think most schools are getting at least 75 to 85% to football, then basketball, baseball, blah, blah, blah. But the schools that don't have the biggest programs in football give a bigger percentage to basketball. So it is an advantageous spot for a lot of schools of UConn's size and have like the traditional blue bloods in basketball that don't have the big football program. I get all that. But anyway, congratulations. Anybody is this a game of intrigue to y'all? It's a 1 versus 2 matchup. Does Dan Hurley make this more interesting? Like, what is the most interesting part of this matchup? The fact that Michigan and UConn have key players injured, but they're going to play in this game. So Yaxel Lindeborg got hurt on Saturday. He only played 14 minutes. Now, he came back into that game. They called it a leg sprain. He did come back in, but again, he only played 14 minutes. Solo Ball for UConn also has a foot sprain. He was on a walking boot after the game. He said he's giving it a go. So a starting 5 member of UConn, a starter for... What's his name again?
What a name.
Which one? Solo
Ball.
He's actually a lot more of a team player than his name might say.
That is not a nickname you want. Oh, 1 ball.
Try to guess what number he is.
2.
Yeah. No. But, I mean, Yaxel Lindeborg for Michigan, like, he could potentially be a lottery pick in the upcoming NBA draft. So both of those are big. The fact that, I mean, they could be guarding each other a decent amount of times. Now, Lindeborg does guard the opposing team's point guard a lot. So, I mean, that's big. Like, he's one of their key defenders. So that's something to watch. I do think Michigan wins this game. I think they're a better team. I kind of think that they've been the best team in college basketball all year long.
Wait a minute. Hold on. You're going to bet against Dan Hurley?
I am, yes. I think that Michigan has the better team.
Do you know what Dan Hurley's record in the NCAA tournament is?
It's really good.
It's 20-5. Do you know what his record over the last 4 tournaments is?
It's probably also really good.
18-1.
18-1 is really good.
His record in the Final Four, 5-0.
Yeah.
And his record in national championships, 2-0.
And Michigan,
pretty good.
Michigan on the flip side, 1-6 in the national championship all time.
Yuck.
The odds are against it for sure. I think Elliott could do the point guard for Michigan. I think he's a difference maker in this game because like you look at the starting 5, they're pretty equal across the board. I don't know anybody on UConn's team that can guard him 1-on-1, and I think he's kind of the difference maker in this game. I think it's close. A lot of people don't think so. You look at the odds. Michigan's a pretty comfortable favorite. I do think it's close, but I think Michigan wins.
Yeah, I think for Michigan, I think each of their 5 games so far in the tournament, they've scored over 90 points.
Mm-hmm.
I think they said that's the first time for a team to do that.
That's the thing. Like, UConn can play really good defense. I don't know if they can play good enough defense to go score for score with a team like Michigan. Yeah. Maybe they can.
I mean, Duke seemed like in control of that game.
Yeah.
When they played them until they weren't, right? Yep. And if UConn's
Michigan can score.
And if UConn's going to win, it's going to have to look like that. It's probably going to be one of those games where Michigan looks like in control, and they can either keep staying in control and to your point, Michigan is 6.5-point favorites.
I think it's going to be closer than that. I really do. Yeah. I think this might be a 1-possession game, but I do think Michigan.
Braxton, how many points? What did you say? The point total? Wait, how many points has Michigan scored?
Oh, 90. They haven't scored under 90 yet in the tournament.
Wow.
Yet.
So the over-under total, 144.5.
Really? That low?
And it's a 6.5-point spread.
It needs to be for UConn to win this game.
Right.
Here's a stat right here for you. So when Michigan has 63 possessions or fewer this year, so like when the other team controls the ball a lot more, they're 0-2 and they've only lost 3 games all year. I mean, that's the key is hold the ball, run the shot clock, keep the ball away from Michigan. If UConn can do that, they got a shot. I don't know if they're going to be able to do that for 40 minutes is the issue.
That's pretty wild, though. With this point total, 144.5, I'm doing some like rough math in my head, trying to do it quick, and the spread being at 6.5 towards in Michigan's favor. I think they're only saying that Michigan's going to score like 76 points, 77, something like that.
Yeah.
That's not right. They scored 77. They were,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, about
That's
75. 75 points.
70 is 140.
Yeah,
so.
75 points.
I don't see them scoring that low, honestly.
Interesting. So, Braxton just said they had scored under 90 all tournament. And based on the numbers in the national championship game, this is on DraftKings. It's about 75 is the number they think they're going to score. Interesting. One to keep an eye on if you dabble.
I think I did see this too. If Dan Hurley wins this, that's his third in 4 years, like Taylor said. And I think they said like the last person to do that was maybe.
So there's only two coaches that have done it. He would be the third. The other two coaches, John Wooden and Adolph Rupp. Pretty good names in college basketball. So Hurley will make some history if he can get it done tonight.
Not as good as old One Ball.
No. Well, I mean, One Ball's on his team, so I mean the combination of One Ball and Dan Hurley, pretty elite.
Is that your favorite player now?
That is my favorite player.
It is a really good name.
That'd be quite an unfortunate nickname if you were just given that for natural reasons.
It's our guy Solo, or as we call him, Old One Ball.
Old One Ball over here for 3. I don't know why I went to that 1930s announcer again. Yeah, I got One Ball here.
That does sound like a 1930s pitcher.
One Ball going for the perfect game. He throws 78 miles an hour.
He's the greatest athlete in the world.
He's the greatest athlete in the world. Oh, Lord. All right. Well, we will excited. I'll have it on. And I gotta admit, heck, hand in the air. For whatever reason, this tournament just hadn't been hidden at the house. I've had it on. I can't draw anybody's attention from the family. Even I made everybody fill out a family bracket. Huck was tuned in when Illinois played. I couldn't get any of the girls to watch any games. And so life kept going for us at the Flynn household. So I never really watched any games. So not a lot of excitement, but I'll have it on. I'll have it on as some background fodder tonight. I'm going to cheer for UConn, though, as Michigan is the favorite, 6.5-point favorite, trying to win the Big Ten's first national championship since the year 2000. When Mateen Cleaves and company did it for Michigan State. That's one of the few historical college basketball teams that I remember because I was locked in that year. Mateen Cleaves. What a baller. Anyway, looking forward to it. Hopefully it's a good game. That's all we can hope for. Hopefully it's not a stinker like yesterday when UCLA took down Don Staley and company in South Carolina by nearly 30 points.
I tell you, I was
about to say, I'm glad.
We're gonna sad you lose some sleep.
I had a pretty good grin in the truck driving, listening to the ending of that game.
Yeah, sorry.
And I don't care about who was left at the tournament because LSU was out, but I sure as hell did not want South Carolina to win.
Oh, no.
It's always fun when you can pull against a team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it might be
Just
more
something
fun.
to cheer for or against.
Right, because you're like, okay, my team's out. I can pull for anybody in the field but this squad.
Well, I think we all celebrated a little bit. And that's okay to do. What about you, Kane, the dog? What do you think? She's got nothing. We're going to go to break. Stick with us right here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
All right, I can feel it now. We got to be just weeks away. The little cool front yesterday hurt it, but I'm getting ready for Cannonball season. Cannonball! Right into a new Russell Pool. RussellPools.com. Go check them out. If you were thinking about a custom pool, if you've been having this, like, man, I really want a pool. I got these kids. I got kids. They're growing up. I don't want to wait any longer. I want to be that house that everybody congregates. Everybody wants to come to. Well, it's hard to do that without a pool. And the name you think of when you think of the best custom pools in Louisiana is Russell Pools. RussellPools.com. Go check them out. Chris Sanderson and the gang over there. They do everything incredibly well. They make the process easy. They got 2 landscape architects right on staff. So if you know what you want, you give them a call. They turnkey the entire project. There's no going to hire an architecture firm, then bring in plans to a pool company. No, they do everything right there. Take your dream to design to the build. They can do everything. They do everything fantastic. Go check them out. RussellPools.com.
Now's the time to save at Fabry Chevrolet GMC. We are now open on Highway 61 in St. Franceville, and we're proud to serve you as your new hometown Chevy and GMC dealership. Looking for the perfect truck or SUV? We've got a great selection waiting for you, and you can browse our full lineup of new and pre-owned inventory anytime at FabryChevrolet.com. Fabry Chevrolet GMC, Highway 61 in St. Franceville, your new hometown Chevy and GMC dealership.
Chevy, together let's drive. GMC, we are professional grade. 2 great brands, 1 destination.
I'm meteorologist Jay Grimes. Severe rainstorms can really damage your roof, and an ignored leak can be serious. Premier South Roofing can stop your drip before it drains your wallet. Premier South Roofing at PremierSouthLA.com.
Guarantee Health Solutions is guiding healthcare forward, partnering with healthcare organizations nationwide to elevate patient experience and drive growth. From urgent care and emergency rooms to specialty care. Visit GuaranteeHealth.com today to get started.
Your tax refund already has ideas. Random stuff you won't remember buying, stuff you'll regret by April. Or you could upgrade your truck the right way. Alpha Customs is running tax time package deals on tint, bed liners, alignments, and free install on select accessories like bed covers and step bars. Plus, free install on select Nitto and Toyo off-road tires. Refund not here yet? Don't want to spend it all at once? Financing options are available. Alpha Customs, Airline Highway in Perryville, Lafayette, and online at alphacustoms.net. Be an Alpha.
Summer's coming, and it's time to feel your best. Unique Physique has local weight loss experts specializing in clinician-guided GLP-1 injections with real results and no gimmicks. Start today for just $195 a month and get sustainable weight loss without crazy diets or gyms. Lowest pricing in town. No contracts ever. Visit UniquePhysique.com to get started now. Unique Physique, your weight loss solution. Eligibility determined through clinical consultation.
What's the difference between a house and a home? A house is somewhere you live. A home is somewhere you start a family, make memories, or continue family traditions. At GMFS Mortgage, we make home happen. And our tradition is to help our clients from start to finish, whether you're ready to buy, build, renovate, or refinance. For more information, check out GMFSmortgage.com. That's GMFSmortgage.com for GMFS Mortgage, where we make home happen.
GMFS LLC, NMLS 64997 is equal housing lender. Mortgages originated at 7389 Florida Boulevard, Suite 208, Baton Rouge, Louisiana 70435. Loan applications are subject to credit and property approval.
At Raising Cane's, we hand batter every chicken finger, mix every cane sauce, butter every Texas toast, stir every slaw, and salt every fry. Because when you do it right, you can taste it in every bite. Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Relief Windows. Experience, quality, and service. ReliefWindows.com.
Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn, presented by Bayou Automotive.
All right, welcome back here off the bench. Monday morning, brought to you by Bayou Automotive. Hour number 2, 8:21. Hope you're having a fantastic morning. We got Mr. Will Hellmers in the studio with us. Before we get to him, I want to tell you about our friends over at Ochsner. Ochsner.org. Go check them out. Ochsner's 24/7 symptom checker helps guide you to the right care. So you go to their website and answer a few questions about kind of how you're feeling. They're going to kind of guide you based on your symptoms where to go, whether it's primary care, urgent care, emergency care. It doesn't matter. So you go to their website. You go check it out. Click the button. Symptom checker. Type it in. They make it easy for you. You can do everything right there, whether it's a click of a button on the website, whether it is through the Ochsner Medical app. It doesn't matter. So whatever you need, sports injuries, health, heart care, orthopedics, women's, they got it covered. Ochsner, leading medicine, advanced technology, compassionate care, all under one roof. Ochsner, every patient, every day. If you got something happening, go check out that symptom checker right there, Ochsner.org. All right, let's get back into a little LSU baseball. It was that exciting. We talked about it all hour number 1. Wow. We're going to come back to it.
Yeah.
You know me, obvious baseball guy over here, sitting on this side of the table.
Of course.
Bonafide stitch head. We got Will Hellmers joining us.
from Louisiana Loaded. He is kind enough to come and join us every single week during the baseball season to talk baseball. And boy, do we got some stuff to talk about.
Lots to talk about.
How did you take in this game? It's Easter weekend, so there's family stuff happening. There's things happening.
Yeah, but LSU baseball.
Sure, you're chasing some Easter eggs.
Of course.
But LSU baseball's happening.
Reese's Easter eggs.
The Reese's.
That's what I chase.
Okay. I like it. So like the shape like a bunny or shaped like an egg?
No, egg. No.
It's the bunny's kind of a little overkill.
Bunny, yeah. Overkill. I'll
I
stick to
think
the regular egg.
I think
Throw
when
them
you
in the freezer.
Oh, a frozen Reese's. I don't know if I've had a frozen Reese's in a long time. I need to try it. We only have like 3,000 at our house right now.
Now is the time.
But I agree with you. The egg is a better chocolate to peanut butter ratio. I think when you die cut too many fancy shapes, you get a little too much chocolate in there in some spots.
They go around in the edges and stuff.
Yeah.
And try and get in the eyeballs.
You want a little bit more peanut butter to chocolate ratio. So I do agree with you. The egg is the GOAT over the bunny rabbit.
Absolutely.
But still a little nostalgic to have that bunny. Anyway, how do we take in the games?
I love it.
Yeah.
Man, it's just the cardiac cats,
I'm telling you.
which is awesome. That's how they're going to play, and it's exciting. It's exciting for them to win a game like that. It's exciting as a fan base.
Yeah.
It's a fun weekend. You go on the road and perform really well and win 2 out of 3, and now you're sitting at 500 in the SEC. You're right there with everybody else for the most part.
Yeah, you did what you had to do on the road. And we were talking about it right before we came on about how that park, like pitching in that park. So you take in, being a former pitcher, I'm sure you love the big hitting games, but like Saturday was just a well-pitched game.
Yeah. No,
back and forth.
Saturday's just an SEC baseball game. You look at it like that, and, they pitched well, we pitched well. Like, it was just one of those games, and it happens. You're going to lose games in the SEC, and you look back even at Friday, like, pitched pretty good for the most part. Kaysen did great. You have some guys coming on the back end of him and throw great, again, and you find a way to win.
Right.
Like, they're just finding ways to win right now. And
what is so hard about that ballpark to pitch in?
The sandbox, you mean? Cooperstown, Field of Dreams for 12-year-olds. I've given up my fair share of home runs there.
Oh, you're not bitter at all, are you?
Oh, not at all. I think the longest home run in that new park was given up by me. Actually.
Okay. Well, congratulations. Yeah. There was a record set by Kate Aaron Beatty yesterday, and you have a record.
I have a record there.
Good for you.
Just 2 record breakers, man, in the Super Regional my freshman year. We're not going to talk much about
it. But how far exactly to the inch was it?
It was 747 feet. Sure felt like it. But, no, like it is tough to pitch in that ballpark. But, it's also great to hit in that ballpark. You look at it both ways. If you're going to have a ballpark like that, you got to be able to lose like that in that kind of game, because they've won games like that. Tennessee's won games like that. But they're also going to have to lose games where they give up 7, just jacks.
Right.
And from 4 from one guy.
Yep.
That's just.
And you probably learned, they probably learned how to play. I mean, that was LSU's first time to win a series there since 2016.
Right.
So, of course, home field advantage. You know how to play in your own park. You get it. Talk to me about LSU's lineup. Yeah. So, I mean, my God, like it ended on such a bang yesterday. 10 runs in the 12th. You 10-run rule a team basically in the 12th inning. But like the bats don't seem to come alive before the 8th inning. I mean, I guess yesterday in the 7th they did, but like it's just these. Is this just going to be the game where they're just going to be a streaky hitting team, or like because we've seen now how dangerous they can be. We've seen what they can be. And there's enough proof of that throughout the season of, my God, there is like no weaknesses on this thing.
What is going on?
But then they go through these stretches where the competitive, it just doesn't seem like there's a lot of competitive at bats, some mistakes here and there. So what do you see from a team like? Do you see them getting more consistent?
I do. Yeah. And it's like you said, it's in those flashes, in those streaks that they're getting a little more consistent. And, but by now you kind of look at it weekend to weekend. Like now they're consistent winning and having these good streaks on the weekend. And, you hope they keep that up throughout each weekend. But, they may just be one of those teams. It's not like
we're just going to ride. We're going to ride on some emotions.
Yeah. It may be an energy team, ride on emotions of, man, this guy's going to hit. Oh, I might too, and just kind of one of those things. And, it's not very fun, as a fan and watching. It's kind of like, why are they not hitting until the bottom of the 7th or the top of the 8th or whatever it is, and it's kind of like, man, this sucks. But
when you
all of a
show us
sudden,
how
it's
good
like,
it can be,
yeah,
when you go
Like, why
through
is
a little
why
bit
can't
of
we
lull,
do this all the time.
yeah, it's just easy for this team.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, it's just baseball's hard. You know, it's the classic answer, and nobody likes to hear it. Baseball's hard, and
it's a sport of failure.
It is,
right?
And you're failing all the time.
Yep.
You know, and that's part of being. You get in these streaks, and guys, hit great for, the back half of 4 innings in a 12-inning game, and look, the biggest part about it's like they won the game. Like, you don't take whatever. I don't care about the first 7 innings. Like, we're finding ways to win a game and win 2 series in a row.
Yep.
And so that's what it comes down to ultimately, and I know that's what Jay's telling these guys right now.
Right.
Like, you can kind of see the way Jay's coaching right now is kind of like a little different than he has in the past.
He's been a little bit more animated.
Super animated
Yeah.
and energetic, and that's how he is with this team. And I think, we talked about it last week, like, that's what this team needs. They need a guy leading them like that. And so that, there's all this energy, and as soon as that energy gets kicked off by somebody, it's just a rapid-fire change.
Coaches are, especially good ones, are part-time psychologists, right?
Yeah,
like, they have to understand what gets a team going, what, like, motivates their team. And Jay, who normally likes to be calm, cool, collective.
Yeah.
Well,
now 2 weekends in a row.
He's going from yelling at his own team to yesterday getting thrown out of the game in the 9th,
right?
Which was awesome. It was a terrible call. Like, the first 2 pitches of that at bat were great pitches, right?
Great
like hard to swing at, but hard to not call a strike.
Yeah, but you can't
But
call
the third
something
one
in the 9th at somebody's
in a
ankles
big situation like
against
that.
the catcher too.
Yeah,
a guy who's
Yep. So
one of those things.
So LSU had already kind of gotten the bats started before that happened.
Right.
But, like, what does that do for your team when your coach gets tossed like that? Like, when he's defending,
fires you up.
Does it?
I mean, yeah, especially in a game like that where the environment, like at Tennessee, like, everybody's on you. As soon as Jay gets thrown out of the game, the stadium's erupting. Everybody hates you. They're cursing at you. Saying you shop at Baby Gap, all this kind of stuff. All these different things.
Baby Gap.
Oh, that was a classic Alex Milazzo chirp.
Oh,
they would give every time we'd show up there. Man, you shop at Baby Gap. It's tough. They're not even cursing at you. It's just right to your head.
It's creative,
but it really does like fire you up. There's a lot of energy, and an energy-based team is going to feed off of that. And so him getting thrown out, like, awesome.
Is everything calculated with him?
Very.
Do you think that? I mean, he came out real fast, right? So I got to think that wasn't calculated, but I feel like most of the times that he does something, he yells or argues or something. Like, everything's very calculated.
There's been a few times. So I think he got thrown out twice when I was there. One of the times I know was on purpose because he came in the dugout, snuck back in. He's like, I did that for you guys. You better go win the game. In the SEC tournament against Florida, we lost, but it's one of those. He is very calculated. Now, yesterday, I don't think he was thinking. He was just doing, just acting. Like, he was just rolling.
He knew the situation. Maybe it was like 5th inning, nobody on pace. Maybe.
Yeah, but that was a huge spot for them, and to have that kind of call against you is just no good. But most of the times he is pretty calculated with that stuff and does things for a certain reason. Like, everything's for a reason with him.
Yep.
Yesterday, I think he was just emotion based. Just
when he gets thrown out of the game. Does he just have a walkie-talkie? Still makes all the calls from behind. I mean, do coaches, not Jay, do coaches in college baseball? No, he doesn't. You're right, guys. Don't answer that.
Yeah, they do.
I mean,
they're still making the call.
I mean,
for the most part,
they're back there. Maybe not Jay, but like other coaches.
Yeah. Other coaches would probably go onto the bus with their walkie-talkie, watch the game, and make decisions from their phones.
Sure.
Probably not Jay, though.
Okay, so baseball is a sport of failure.
Correct.
But failure wasn't really an option for Cade Intermediate yesterday.
Oh, my gosh.
4 home runs. That's the LSU record for home runs in a game, which LSU has a pretty good little history of baseball. He sets a record yesterday. What is it like as a pitcher when it's a big situation and a batter hits the ball and you turn to your outfielder who's supposed to catch it and he hadn't even walked, he hadn't even moved.
He's still looking at you.
He's still looking at you like, why'd you do that? Why are you doing this to me?
That right fielder was over it yesterday.
Yeah. See, that bomb that I gave up at Tennessee was over that same fence.
Oh, no.
Right field fence.
Was it oppo or was it a pull? Was it a lefty or righty?
Pull.
Okay, that's a little bit.
No.
That's worse.
That's worse. Yeah. I mean,
And
when they just kind of like,
you.
Lean into it and throw the bat in a big super regional, not cool. But, just next pitch.
Yep, next pitch. Yeah.
As a pitcher, but for Aaron Beatty, like, just seeing beach balls.
That's the thing. It's
it's just one of those days.
Like
Guys
every
have those days.
Every sport you hear of the athletes that get in the zone. What's the zone? Like, how do you explain being in the zone? And it's hard to explain.
Yeah, like a flow state.
Like in a flow state. And I felt that as a quarterback, and I felt the opposite of that as a quarterback. Pitchers, I'm sure, feel it, and they feel the out. Like,
some
and
days
hitters,
you got it, some days you don't.
And that's the thing. It's hard to put your finger on what that really means.
Yeah.
What it means to be in the zone. But certainly for fans, it is easy to notice it when that happens.
Yeah.
And good things usually happen. And my God, the way he swung the bat, saw the ball, and recognized the pitch, the location, what type of pitch, the speed. I mean, everything. It was truly remarkable to watch.
No, it really was.
And he got 5 for 7.
You look
7
back at
RBIs.
all of it. If you really look back at his at bats, he's 5 for 6, single and 4 bombs, 7 RBIs. Like, that's just
incredible.
Absolutely incredible.
Incredible stuff.
As a sophomore guy who's experienced some at bats now, that's and that's not going to happen every game. He's not going to hit a bomb every game. He's not going to all of a sudden turn into this amazing, whatever. That was his game, man. Like, one of those things. And, I hope it happens to him every game.
It's gonna happen a little bit more. Maybe not 4, but he's proven that he's been pretty consistent.
Yeah, he's been great at the plate.
So yeah, well, we celebrate. We hope that the Tigers continue to roll. They take two weekend series in a row now on the road again against a very, very good Ole Miss team. So
that'll be fun. And it's always fun to play in Oxford. Awesome stadium.
Yeah.
Awesome fans. Just a great environment. It'll be a great test for them against a really good team.
Very good. And so, what's going on with you, Louisiana Loaded? What's next? Where are we going in the state?
It's festival season now in Louisiana. Yeah. I'm almost sure that next weekend, the 10th through the 12th, is one of the biggest weekends in Louisiana festival-wise. Specifically in New Orleans.
Okay.
So you got the Scott Boudin Festival.
Okay.
That's over there in Lafayette all weekend. Hogs for the Cause in New Orleans. Huge barbecue festival. New thing, Hondo Rodeo in New Orleans.
Oh, yeah.
Then we also got Margarita Fest at Court to Table here in Baton Rouge. First time it's ever come into Louisiana.
Margarita Fest.
Hello. Fest. Got like 10 different margaritas, all at Court to Table, competing.
Holy
the best
cow.
margarita. Yeah, dangerous.
Good for them.
Yeah. So huge weekend. There's a bunch more in North Louisiana.
Oh, yeah.
Lake Charles.
And so how many of these festivals are you going to try to hit?
I'm probably going to hit 4.
Ooh.
Yeah. From Friday to Sunday. I'll hit,
gas is expensive right now, too. You have to fill up multiple times.
I know.
You got this.
I got this.
You got
handle it. We'll hit the road trip from Lafayette all the way to New Orleans, and then make it happen.
Very good. We'll have fun. Have fun at the festivals.
Yeah.
Don't do anything we wouldn't do. But y'all go check it out, Louisiana Loaded. Go check out Will Hellmers and all his adventures throughout the state of Louisiana. Indeed. And go Tigers, man. We appreciate the time. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, we'll see you next week. All right, we're going to go to break. We will be right back right here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
All right, go to centralplumbing.org. If you are looking for the best plumber, the best plumbing company in Louisiana, go check it out in the greater Baton Rouge area. And we're talking commercial plumbing. We're talking residential plumbing. And I can tell you from experience, they have done both things exceptionally well for me personally. Whether it's at my house, whether we have something happen, a toilet running, I just can't get it fixed, or at my factory commercially. And they've run gas lines, water lines, completely outfit an entire food and beverage factory for me personally. So I can tell you from experience, they are the best in the business when it comes to customer service, when it comes to their expertise, their experience, their craftsmanship, being on time and prompt with doing exactly what they're going to say at Central Plumbing. So give them a call. They're a third generation company. Right now, they're also looking for more licensed plumbers. So if you are looking for really good work with a solid company, customer service reps as well. So all the benefits. Go check them out right there, centralplumbing.org.
We know the businesses that keep our communities moving. We walk the same streets, shop the same stores, and support the same local families. Janney King franchise owners take pride in caring for the places they keep our hometown strong. With dependable service, attention to detail, and commitment to doing the things the right way, more businesses are choosing Janney King as their trusted local cleaning partner. Visit JanneyKingCleans.com today.
Janney King, the king of clean.
Are you experiencing fatigue or low libido? At Rejuvame, you will meet in person with a nurse practitioner who will make recommendations based on your lab work. Testosterone therapy at RejuvameMedical.com. That's REJUVIME Medical.com.
If you're looking for a way to give back right here in the greater Baton Rouge area, this is it. April 9th from 6:30 to 9:30 at the Tracy Center Ballroom on Acadian. St. Vincent de Paul of Greater Baton Rouge is hosting their first ever celebration of service. It's an evening with a reception, dinner, and a program focused on giving back. And everything raised goes right back into helping local families with food, clothing, housing. Again, April 9th, 6:30 to 9:30 at the Tracy Center Ballroom on Acadian, St. Vincent de Paul's celebration of service. Get the details at svdpbr.net.
New tax resolution firms are popping up every day with high-paid celebrity endorsers advertising ridiculous claims in their TV ads. That's why they have the tiny, unreadable disclaimers at the bottom of the screen. Hi, this is Kerry Bryson with the Bryson Law Firm. Our ads never have those ridiculous, fast-talking, tiny disclaimers at the end because, simply put, there are no guarantees when it comes to the IRS and wiping out tax bills. And we don't make promises we can't keep. Of course, there are ways the Bryson Law Firm can help resolve your tax debt, but no company can guarantee it will eliminate it. This is why their clients call the Bryson Law Firm when those promises don't pan out. If you have tax problems, you have legal problems. Call the Bryson Law Firm. Our headquarters are in Lafayette, and we have offices statewide. Or visit BrysonLawFirm.com to schedule your free consultation with your local tax resolution law firm, the Bryson Law Firm. LSBA filing number LA2518447.
It's time to shake things up and have some fun at Le Berge Baton Rouge with dining options for every craving, plus daily food and drink specials. Play anytime on the biggest variety of all your favorite table games. Then take a spin on the newest and hottest slots and experience year-round live entertainment from top-name acts. Join Penn Play Rewards today and win up to $2,026 in Penn Cash instantly. Come have some fun at Le Berge Baton Rouge. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
St. Vincent de Paul, helping neighbors in need through our commitment to feed, clothe, house, and heal. SVDPBR.org.
West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. Life is old there, older than the trees.
Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn, presented by Bayou Automotive.
Country roads, take me home to the place.
All right, welcome back. Off the Bench. I thank Will Hellmers joining us last segment, like he's going to be doing every single Monday during the baseball season. Look, we had an incredible weekend for baseball, of course, but another LSU sport had an incredible weekend as well, as LSU gymnastics team takes home the Baton Rouge Regional. They win it. They win it all. They had their qualifying, their first round of gymnastics on Thursday, and then again on Saturday, and they win the Baton Rouge Regional in advance. I think the fourth year in a row. Jay Clark and his team has advanced to the Elite Eight. The Nationals begin. They will begin April 16th from Fort Worth. So LSU gymnastics, and what a weekend it was. On Thursday, Kaylin Chio had 2 perfect 10s. And, like, this is starting to become pretty custom. Like, this is a weekly thing. We talk about Kalen Chio and all the great things. And like, it's kind of unfortunate for the rest of the team because the rest of the team are a bunch of badasses. Like, they are really good. And what she is doing is overshadowing kind of everything, which we don't want to do, of course. And certainly when Jay Clark comes on this show, he doesn't want to do. But you do have to give out flowers when they are due. Then she comes Saturday and another perfect 10. And is it too bold to say that as a sophomore, Kalen Chio is already a top 5 LSU athlete of all time?
She can get a natty, yeah.
If she can get a natty.
Yep.
She holds the record for perfect 10s in a season in college, NCAA history.
I think I mentioned it a couple weeks ago.
As a sophomore.
She has 30% of the 10s given out across gymnastics in the SEC this year. I mean, by herself.
Yeah.
And, like, this is a squad that, remember, a few years ago, everybody talked about, is Haley Bryant the greatest gymnast in LSU history? Kalen Chio comes in a year later and just blowing that out of the water.
I believe she has, I can't.
She had 3 10s this weekend.
Yeah, she either has 12 or 13 perfect 10s this year. I can't remember the number. I can't remember if she got to 12 on Thursday or she got to 12 on Saturday. But she had 2 on Thursday and 1 on Saturday. Bryant had 10, I believe, last year. I think she was the former record holder. Well, she's blown that out of the water. So to make the claim that Kalen Chio is a top 5 LSU athlete of all time as a sophomore is not like as bold as you might think. And this is a live picture of her right here. Look at that.
It looks just like her.
The absolute GOAT. Already has solidified herself as the greatest LSU gymnast of all time as a sophomore. And a year where she just continues to be perfect. I mean, hell, there was one meet where she got a 10 every time she touched the floor.
Yep, because she only did 3 events.
She only did 3 events, and she got 3 10s. She's really got to work on her bars, though. Yeah, you know.
Y'all saw what happened to Connor McLean?
Yeah, that's a big blow, man. Connor McLean on the bars. She fell. She didn't finish her routine. She got scratched.
Yeah.
Looked like a knee. Nobody really
I thought
did
it was her
yet,
knees, but she was grabbing her, what, elbow?
I thought they reported knee.
Yeah.
But something did not go right with Connor McLean. So that's tough because she's one of the best gymnasts they have.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a shame. But LSU gymnastics advances to the Elite Eight, and they do set a record on Thursday night. The first gym meet that they had in the regionals. They scored a 198.375, which is the highest score LSU has ever scored in a regional. So, look, they are a really good team. Now, I get it. Oklahoma, there are some other really good gymnastics teams out there that have the potential to beat LSU, but that's why it's all going to come down to it. Kalen Chio has just absolutely played fantastic.
Yeah, so it was her shoulder, or elbow and shoulder are structurally intact. However, Jay said they won't have official diagnosis until further testing. So they should hear something in the next few days.
Gotcha. Well, we're wishing her it is April 6th. The Elite Eight NCAA tournament does get started on April 16th. So you do have 8 days. So I guess depending on what it is, we will hold our breath and hope the best for her. But also do need to mention that on Saturday, while Chio did get a 10 on vault again, sophomore Kalia Lincoln also scored a perfect 10 on the floor as well. So just great performances all around from top to bottom on that team, certainly led by the greatest of all time. And jump in the chat. Let me know what you think about saying that is Kalen Chio a top 5 LSU athlete of all time. All right, there we go. We will be cheering for them. We will be hoping that they can make a run and bring us home another national championship. All right, we're going to go to break. We're going to come back here and close out hour number 2 right here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
All right, if you are looking to repair a roof, maybe you got a roof leak, some roof damage, maybe you're looking to bring on a brand new roof. It's just got maybe a little bit older home. It's been a long time. roof is starting to show some wear and tear, you got to get a new one. Or maybe you're building a house, a brand new house. Maybe you're extending on. Maybe you got a little renovation happening. Well, go to the best roofing company in Louisiana. That is Pelican Roof, pelicanroof.com. Offices in Lafayette, offices in Baton Rouge. And they are a local company that gives back to the community. We talked to you about the Rufus Runs thing that they do. We talked to you about all the things, ways that they help Louisiana because they care about your community. They care about our community. And they got offices in Lafayette and Baton Rouge, like I said. And if you have a project, they're going to dedicate a project manager to your job and only your job. So he's not going to be jumping around from project to project. He's going to focus completely on your house until that job is done. And that job is done right. It's done the Pelican way. So go check them out, pelicanroof.com. They can also help you starting with finance options as well. We know it's a big decision financially. It's a big one. So they can help you with those financing options as well. Go check them out, pelicanroof.com.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard has led to a lot of firsts for me. It paid for me to be the first person in my family to go to school. That education got me to the first day at my dream job, which I can still hold while I serve part-time. That job and the home loan benefits I got from the Army National Guard helped me buy my first house. I also know that I will be one of the first to respond if my community ever needs me.
Sponsored by the Louisiana Army National Guard, aired by the Louisiana Association of Broadcasters and this station.
When the shot clock is ticking and the pressure's on, you need All-Star Performance and a team you can count on. Now, under new ownership, All-Star Automotive delivers a slam dunk car buying experience every time at each of our 12 locations. We're changing the game with a lifetime warranty and complimentary maintenance for a year on all new and most pre-owned vehicles. With great deals and excellent service, you're the MVP at All-Star. Experience the All-Star difference for yourself at allstarautomotive.com.
What does it mean to be rich? Maybe it's less about reaching a magic number and more about discovering the magic in life. Count on your local financial advisor for financial strategies that can help support a life you love. Because the key to being rich is knowing what counts. Contact your local financial advisor. Let's find your rich. Edward Jones, member SIPC. In Baton Rouge, call Spencer Smith, and in Plaquemine, call Kyle Robichaux.
Spring means fresh starts, and Cajun Soft Wash is here to help. Their gentle, effective soft washing cleans every surface safely, protecting your home or business while enhancing curb appeal. Trust Cajun Soft Wash, serving Baton Rouge for over a decade. Get a free quote today at CajunSoftWash.com.
At Southern Oaks Athletic Club, we're thinking about summer. That's why our pool opened March 21st, and we've already started summer camp registration. If your child likes swimming, arts and crafts, kids cardio, games, sports, and so much more, then they need Soak Summer Camp. Not a member yet? Come see Southern Oaks Athletic Club's tennis courts, our huge pool, our expanded gym, tons of great workout classes, and our great bar restaurant. Go to SoakItUp.com or just come and see us. That's Soak, SOAC, itup.com now.
This is Derek Curiel, and when the pressure's on, you need a team you can count on. Since 1955, family-owned Moody Price has been a trusted provider of instrumentation, process control, and valve automation solutions across the Gulf Coast. Plant emergencies don't wait for business hours. That's why Moody Price offers 24/7 emergency service. When production is on the line, their experienced team responds fast with the right solutions to get you back up and running safely. When every minute counts, trust Moody Price. Learn more at moodyprice.com.
Tired of that old truck? Take it to TRICARE. We buy and sell trucks. You may be driving someone's new truck, and we may have your new truck on our lot, so to speak. Stop by either location and inquire today.
Ooh, I took it to TRICARE.
To everybody that be living it up, we say. Come on, baby, this is typical everyday one night thing.
Presented by Bayou Automotive.
Calling your name, go jump on in the range and roll over. I just really wanted to hold you in time, get to know you. That's a good chick.
Braxton, this is what happens when you ask me to pick the song.
Hey, I'm not complaining.
He's going to pick this every time.
Just pretty much
Pretty
every
much.
time. Welcome back here as we close out hour number 2 on Off the Bench on a Monday morning, brought to you by Bayou Automotive. As we close out hour number 2, I just want to reflect a little bit about this past weekend. Once again, historical weekend for LSU athletics. again, Kalen Chio scores 3 perfect 10s as LSU Gymnastics advances to the Natty. Curiel hits a go-ahead grand slam on Friday. Kate Arambidi hits 4 home runs, including a grand slam in the 12th for LSU baseball. And LSU softball history was made a little bit. Kylie Edwards hits the first cycle in LSU softball program history. Now, did they win? Did they lose? Taylor, you got the info on LSU softball this past weekend.
Yeah, so they win Thursday, Friday. It was a Thursday, Friday, Saturday series. They lose on Saturday, and they lose 1-0. Like, the Bats are going to play a big role in this series. They give up 6 runs in 3 games. I mean,
right. They lost 1-0.
Right. Like, for Thursday, they win it in 6 innings, 9-1. So they got the 8-run rule. Friday, 16-4. Saturday, 1-0. And you've kind of seen that a few times this year. Like, the Bats will look really hot. Right. The Bats don't look so hot. Like, even their lone win last weekend against Saturday, it was 3-1. So the pitching's been there. It's just the Bats have been inconsistent. Like, the weekend before that, you beat South Carolina 5-1. You beat them 2-1. The Bats have been there. I mean, the pitching's been there. You just got to get the Bats to come around.
Yeah, and certainly we're going to miss our other part of the tripod and the foxhole Alondra here on some of this softball talk after this weekend. But like, I'm looking at it. So the first game, 9-1 LSU. Second game, 16-4 LSU. And then Missouri takes the last one 1-0. So if you're keeping count, LSU total score outscored Missouri this weekend 25-6 total. So, and I know the pitching rotation is different in softball, but it seems like with all the points, all the runs scored in the first 2 games, usually the third game's a little bit higher scoring because you're on your third arm. But like, how does the rotation go? Is they usually say, like, kind of like in baseball, you got your Friday night guy, like you got your best guy that goes first?
Yeah, I mean, Jaden Heavner's going to go first.
Yeah.
She's going to be game 1.